So here I'm facing a Paladin. My hand's pretty good, except I don't think I need the BGH. So I tossed it out. Nice. I kept the Sylvanas for tempo. Cool. Druid a Claw. And here he plays Net Pagel, and it's good that I drew my first Innervate, because I am now deciding to kill that Net Pagel. So now I have board control. He plays a Dude, and he Divine Shields it. And here I've been starting to suspect Blood Knight, like in Arena, but I was like, you know what, I'll just do this. I kind of knew that it's either True Silver or Hammer of Wrath coming, but I was like, I don't really care. I'd rather be safe than sorry. So he has the Hammer of Wrath. He was expecting to Hammer of Wrath, my guy, anyways. So here I have nothing else but to play my Harvest Golem. And now he's gaining momentum with an Azure Drake. Here I was like, you know what, I'm not going to let him control the board. I'll just use my swipe, and that's what I did. It's a bit wasteful, but I have to control the board against a Paladin. And here he pointed that, so he definitely has Blessing of Kings at some point. And with all these Divine Shields, I'm still suspecting Blood Knight like as before, so I'm gonna play my Sylvanas to kind of give some pressure. And if he does play his Blessing of Kings, I still have the ability to steal something. Hopefully not any of the 1/1s. And he does the Blessing of Kings. Plays a Dude. And here he decides to kill my Harvest Golem. This is where the plays, I have to think about this play, and I decided that I should keep my Sylvanas alive, because there's no point stealing a 1/1 dude. So I killed the 5/5 and regain my board control. Of course, this is very vulnerable to anything. Consecration, True Silver, and I wasn't expecting the Sword of Justice, but I was definitely expecting a Consecrate. And this was a good clearance from him. I definitely did not expect the Sword of Justice. So here, since he has a Sword of Justice up, I must start trying to regain the board, or else he's going to summon more creatures with the Sword of Justice. Here he managed to get an Argent Commander, or he played it from the middle of his hand or something, and he regains board control with the Divine Shield on the Argent Commander. I got my Spellbreaker, but I'm not going to use it here. There's no real reason for me to, since I have my second swipe. So now I've used all my swipes. It does mean that I am pretty vulnerable if the board gets really messy and huge. Here he plays Guardian of Kings. He's playing on curve, pretty much, more or less. Every single turn he's playing really close to curve. And for me, I'm not. I decide that, since his Sword of Justice gave the dude a buff, I might as well kill the dude, or else there's going to be another Blessing of Kings, and then I have to deal with two big guys instead of just one big guy. And I have my BGH in hand, so I was going to expect the Blessing of Kings, well, his second one, onto one guy instead of two separate guys. Because if you get two separate guys, and I don't have my swipes, and I would basically start losing. So here I expected the Blessing of Kings, which is nice. I didn't expect that one though, the Blessing of Might. So I got hit really hard here. But I have my BJs ready. And here I definitely don't want him to have a good Consecration again or something. And I have a Spell Breaker. So now that if he knows that I use both my keepers, he's not going to expect a silence. So here I just wanted to make sure that I have board control. So I decided to kill his Azure Drake, and he's down on cards. I have more cards than he does. So, and I have Loatheb next. So it's like, I have my Savage Roar as well. So I want to try to push the board now. But he manages to kill one of my guys, and I thought he would kill my guy, but he didn't. He went for my face, which was very interesting because he thinks that he can pull me down now. But I drew my second Ancient of Lore, which is a very nice draw because I definitely need to heal myself. And since I heal myself, I might as well kill the Ardent Squire, his second Ardent Squire. And he's losing cards per turn now. So I'm just trying to push him to overcommit. And he did, but his board is pretty strong now, which is very troubling because of that Divine Shield from the Argent Protector. Here I was definitely deciding if I wanted to Spellbreaker it, but I didn't feel like I needed to. And since I drew both my Savage Roars, I can definitely use one and just tank the hit because he's gonna hit my face anyways. Or if he decides to trade, then I would be in trouble. So it's best for me to trade. And then I play Loatheb just in case he's gonna buff something else again, because he had so many buffing cards. And he did buff his card with his second Blessing of Might. And this is probably most likely a trade, which he did. Now he's slowing down because he has only one card in his hand, so Spectral Knight is a good play here. He spent most of his direct spell damages already, and he spent one weapon. So unless he has a second weapon, it's not likely that he can kill a Spectral Knight. However, he still has equality, which is what Spectral Knights usually pull. But I decided to put some more pressure on the board in case he didn't draw his equality, or he doesn't have one yet in his hand, so I decided to try to push. But he played equality, and he has the Consecration, the second one. So now he's spent both his Consecration as well, and then he plays a dude. So every turn I have to kill a dude because he is a paladin that buffs a lot of cards. And I didn't play the Shade the last turn because I knew he has a consecration still to come. So I didn't want to lose my Shade to a consecration. And here I have Black Knight and Spellbreaker, but my health is so low that I don't really want him to have a weapon. And since I drew my Faceless last turn, I decided to take his Tirion with Faceless and then silence his one. I was still thinking about it, whether he should have a weapon and use his face, or that I should just silence it. And in hindsight, I should have played my Black Knight, but I think silencing it is a better play because if he has a weapon, the 5/3, then I'm already down in health. I cannot heal myself back up. So it's actually better that it remains a 6/6 on the board that I can actually trade with my two other creatures. I mean, if I had the Black Knight down, I would have the same goal and actually one less damage taken. But I could not risk him having like a True Silver or something. But again, I feel like I made a mistake of Spellbreaker. I should have just Black Knighted it. Thanks for watching.